Okay, how's that hanging, everybody? It's your boy Malik here today. All right, and we're changing things up today. We're doing a reaction and a response video, all right, to King of Lightning. If you know anything about anime or manga review channels on the internet, this guy is one of the OGs. He's one of my personal favorites. Always loved his high energy. I don't know if I can ever match that kind of energy, but I definitely love his kind of, presentation. And if you've been following his shows on the internet for years, his main channel, his side channel, when it comes to Bleach, this dude is a D1 Toshiro Hitsugaya hater. Like, I personally am lukewarm on Toshiro. I don't have, strong feelings for him either way. I'm like, yeah. I mean, he's very popular, that's for sure. I know that he was so popular that they literally made one of the Bleach movies about him. But yeah, I'm like lukewarm on him. I'm like, yeah, he's okay. I mean, I don't particularly, if you love him, great. I don't see the appeal, but hey, kudos to each his own. But King of Lightning here is a D1 hater. He just hates this character for a bunch of reasons. And so I kind of want to react and respond to what he's saying about it and whether I agree or not. Because, again, when it comes to certain characters, we all have our own flavors. But some I'm just like, okay, really? He's your favorite? All right. As always, if you like this video, I'd appreciate if you'd smash that like, comment, subscribe button. Anything goes a long way. Don't forget the notification bell as well. I'd really appreciate it. All right, please smash that like, comment, and subscribe button. But for now, let's get into it. King of Lightning, Toshiro Hitsugaya sucks. All right, let's find out.
Ass. Again. 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 Again.
If you get the tone, he hates this man with a burning passion.
Again.
I beg your pardon?
Okay, hold on. Man, shut up. Okay, everybody got their ass kicked by Aizen in this scene. I'm not giving Toshiro crap for that. Everybody got packed up. So, if you're not Kisuke or Ichigo, you get hoed by Aizen. That's just a fact of life. Even Yuha got hoed.
Ohayo gozaimasu.
Oh.
Lord Frieza, we are here.
What? Whoa, what is
yes,
this?
Indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's your boy, the King of Lightning, letting you know one simple fact. Among all the characters that Tate Kubo has created in all of Bleach, it is one Hitsugaya Toshiro that stands as Mr. Potential Man. That stands as
Potential Man memes. Listen, I mean, he's got a strong argument. My personal Potential Man in Bleach is Shuei Hisage. I mean, that guy, he had potential. He became super popular, but Kubo decided, nah, I'm basically turning him into the Yamcha of Bleach. He's getting his ass kicked every single time. Like, let me see his feats. Let me see. Go back.
Toshiro that stands as Mr. Potential.
Let's go. Fighting above his pay grade. His opponents are too strong. He's too nice. He's inexperienced. Bankai will be unbeatable when completed. I'm going to kill you. 0 feet, 0 influence, 7 losses. I can only beat 3 seeds when I'm a zombie. Use my greatest fullest. Nope. Let all my run away for free. Something. Yes. It been weird, but different is. Oh, Toshiro. Listen, this is peak slander. I don't care if you're a Toshiro fan. This is good slander. Like, this is good.
Man that stands as the most overrated character in Bleach. By far, Hitsugaya sucks. He's in the same camp as Rock Lee from
Whoa. Back the fuck up. No, there is no Rock Lee slander in. No. Okay, I love you, King of Lightning, but no, I do not agree with the Rock Lee hate. Just stop, okay? Just stop, okay? Toshiro hate, I can understand. This, no, too far.
You can argue, rightfully so. Hitsugaya has a pretty cool Bankai Daiguren Yorimaru. He has some uwu moments here and there. And Hitsugaya as a character has some depth to him. That's all undeniable. But Hitsugaya is as overrated as they come because Kubo keeps on fisting this dude. No Diddy, not that kind of fist. No, stop, relax, easy. I mean Akainu on Ace. I mean Akuza on Rengoku.
Hold on, fam. Hold on. I got this for you. Rush this occasion, all right? He gave him the donut treatment. The donut treatment. There you go. Yes, we can continue.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. I mean that kind of fisting. It is brutal.
I mean, I'd say Shuhei has it worse.
Hitsugaya, because his character, again, there are some good things going for him. I'm not gonna deny that, but unbelievably overrated. The fan base for Hitsugaya is large, but they're not in charge. They ain't moving like the Kenpachi fanboys. They ain't moving like the Byakuya fanboys. They ain't moving like the Ichigo fanboys. They're not, because they can't. They don't have the horsepower. They don't have the physical strength. They don't have the mental acuity. They don't have it.
You just called a bunch of Toshiro fans complete idiots. Toshiro fans, listen, he's not my favorite Bleach character. My goat is Kisuke. Okay, Kisuke is my goat. Okay, after that, then it's this orange-haired dude. And then we have, even though he's creepy as hell, Gin. So there you go. That's my list right there. But, you know, yeah, no, Toshiro fans, I don't know what to say.
Not possible, because Hitsugaya, at the end of the day,
He sucks.
what this is about and why he sucks ultimately is that Hitsugaya is a character that on paper delivers. He's supposed to. He's a character you have expectations for in terms of his on-the-field performance as a captain of Soul Society. His expectations are high, extraordinarily high, and rightfully.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think he really was that good of a captain to begin with. My captains, I'd probably put him like after guys like freaking, what's his name? Yamamoto, Shunsui, freaking, obviously Byakuya, Kenpachi. I'm trying to think. Who else would I have ahead of him? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, you could argue Soifon or anybody else, but yeah, I would have him like, he's not even in the top 4, so, I mean.
So, he's a genius, the prodigal son, his potential, blah, blah, blah. You expect more from Hitsugaya on the field than you do people like Renji, Rukia, other lieutenants, rightfully so, even though the captain, because Hitsugaya is supposedly that dude. But in reality, expectations for Hitsugaya fall short. Ooh, they fall extremely short, and they have for the vast majority of the series. Hitsugaya has a net negative win-loss ratio.
Yeah, I do. I mean, to be fair, he tried to fight Aizen a few times, and Aizen beats the crap out of everybody, so what can you do?
Negative! He's in the red. It's like he invested all of his money into a crypto pump and dump, and he's in the red. His banks, his landlord.
Oh, the crypto dump. I know some people have had that. That's okay, that's oof.
Loan sharks, they're all calling Hitsugaya's number because his numbers are looking horrific. And the problem with this is that Kubo, half the time, puts Hitsugaya in situations where it's just unfair. It's like, damn, okay, I can understand that. But even when it is fair, he pulls a Mihawk from One Piece and Marineford. I postpone. What?
Mihawk slander is funny. If you're not new to One Piece, there is an agenda community that basically calls Mihawk a fraud, and it's funny as hell.
He himself does it, but the way Kubo writes it, I don't even realize this, but the way he writes it, it's always inconclusive. And he never has a pile of dubs to stand and rise to the heavens on. He never has that. No. It's not possible for Hitsugaya because he starts off the rip. You know what? Okay, let's break it down more scientifically, okay? The nitty and gritty, the PB&J, the actual meat and potatoes of why Hitsugaya sucks. Why Hitsugaya is overrated. And we do it in a win, loss, and draw ratio fashion.
Okay, good.
First
we'll
of all,
keep the score.
Hitsugaya, his first main showcase was in episode 60, chapter 132, I believe,
yep.
Right? Hitsugaya facing off against Gin Ichimaru. And this is actually a pretty cool about seeing two captains fight like this. Hitsugaya telling us, listen, you guys better run for miles. Otherwise, I can't promise your safety. Oh me, oh my, Hitsugaya. Okay, but
Listen, I'm gonna be real with you. If they don't interrupt fighting, Gin is gonna kill Toshiro. Gin is gonna kill him. Like, we know how powerful Gin is. He's gonna kill Toshiro. Like, Toshiro doesn't have a standard chance in this fight.
that ultimately ends unconclusively. Even though Ichimaru Gin had, we can see later on, he has a lot going for him in terms of Bankai powers.
Yes.
And Hitsugaya has a lot going for him too. The
yes.
fact of the matter
Gin
is
is
that it was an inconclusive bout, but it showed you a bout between two captain class fighters, one who is a prodigy, and it was a pretty cool bout at the very beginning of Hitsugaya's run, his legacy run in the series of Bleach. Okay, not a bad start at all. Until later on the arc,
Yeah, this is bad.
Uh-oh, here comes Mr. Slickback, glasses off.
Slickback.
Oh yeah, hair.
That's what I said. Slickback.
Boom. Now, mind you, right now I can't really see you because my
I
eyes
can't
are
see either of the glasses either.
Okay.
I mean, I
You know
can see,
what I'm
just not very far.
Sosuke Aizen. When Sosuke Aizen, shades on by the time, all right? So he wasn't Mr. Slickback yet. But when he did what he did to Hitsugaya, it was swift, it was effective, it was on the heels of Hinamori getting
Oh yeah, this is ugly.
by
I forgot
Aizen.
about this. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. Listen, Aizen hold everybody in Bleach, with the exception of like what Ichigo, Kisuke, and maybe you could argue Yuha, but he held everybody in Bleach. Like, just, I'm not giving Toshiro shit for this. Like, plus he's broken Zanpakuto. Come on, he never stood a chance.
Hitsugaya's rage, his fury, his power, the rage of a captain class fighter, charging at another captain class fighter at that point in time.
Aizen's above
no
captain.
contest.
Aizen is above captain class. He's like got more than double the spirit energy in his normal form, and that's not throwing in the Hogyoku's bullshit. So no.
Prodigal Son, the boy wonder, the kid with the Superman theme. No, ain't nothing super about Soul Society Hitsugaya from that point forward. Absolute annihilation. What is arguably the best arc in all of Bleach to this day. The Soul Society arc, he did not perform. He had a chance to against Gin, but it was cut short. It was a solid start, but later on, Aizen,
All right, what do you think is the best arc in Bleach? I still say Soul Society too. Most fans do, but I am liking 1,000-Year Blood arc more with all the additions they've made, because the manga rushed so much things. Kubo was kind of hamstrung, but the anime's adding things that I like, so I'm cool with this.
we're captains, right? No.
No. Okay, he's like,
Get a diff. So right now,
No
the
diff.
win-loss-draw ratio for Hitsugaya is
zero,
0
1.
wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw. Because
Yeah.
we'll count that situation with Gin as a draw. Okay. 0, 1, 1.
It's not going
But
up,
He
I'll
does
tell you that.
get, though, later on in the Arankar saga, with some of the best music in shonen history, baby.
does.
Yeah. He does get
Bleach OST is the best in any shonen series that I've ever watched. Like, the Bleach OST soundtracks just absolutely slay. I don't care what anybody says.
one of his few dubs in chapter 212, where
yeah.
he beats an Arankar named Xiaolong Kufeng. At that point in time, their limiters were suppressed, so
Yeah,
he couldn't use his
20%.
full powers until they got permission to utilize their full powers. And then bada bing, bada boom, Hitsugaya can use his full powers against Xiaolong Kufeng. Mind you, this guy's a servant of Grimjaw. He's far from the top of the Arankar, make no mistake. But nonetheless, Hitsugaya needs to go all out against Xiaolong Kufeng. He does beat Xiaolong Kufeng, but the damage was still severe enough to where we have that gigantic
mid-diffed him.
geyser of blood for Hitsugaya.
To be fair, he was fighting at 20%. He was handicapped, so he mid-diffed him. I'm going to say mid-diff. Not low or high diff, but mid-diffed him.
After it was all said and done. So this now adds the first one on the win column for Hitsugaya. He has 1 win, he has 1 loss, and he has 1 draw at this point in time when he beats Xiaolong Kufeng. Hitsugaya slowly living up to the prodigal status that he was given, the genius boy wonder, who is on the same level as all these captains. Potential boy.
Okay, stop. He's not stronger than most of these captains. Like, you can argue people like, say, I don't know, Tosen, Soifeng. He's not stronger than Unohana. He's not stronger than Byakuya. He's sure as shit Aizen, Sajin, no. Kenpachi, God, no. Mayuri, fuck no. He's not stronger than all these guys. Like, he's objectively not. Like, people who say that, I'm like, are you watching the same series I am? Because I don't see that. Again, I don't hate him. I think he's just there, but I just, yeah.
He's starting to live up to potential. And then in comes
Okay.
chapter 356
Oh, yeah, this thing.
plus, when Hitsugaya fights against a real Arankara. Not just any Arrancar,
Baddest.
but Espada. Tear Haribel. One of the baddest women in Bleach history. Kubo, for that, French kiss. All the way through, by the way, okay?
Listen, Bleach's got the best female cast. And I'm not talking for you gooners out there. I'm talking about like in terms of character and actual storytelling. They've got the best female cast in shonen. You can argue Kame got killed, but that's crazy on its own. But yeah.
I will commit, a lot of dudes commit to Tear Haribel. To this day, it is what it is, as respected. And Hitsugaya was pulling with that respect. It was actually a...
Yoruichi's my number one girl in the series. That's just my thing. If you like Tear Haribel, I can't get mad. There's no wrong answers in this show when it comes to the women. There's no wrong answers. Except one, Soifon. If you like Soifon, screw you, you're dumb.
pretty good fight between Haribel and Hitsugaya.
Water versus ice.
And you could argue Hitsugaya was on the upper hand of that fight and is able to encase Haribel in a gigantic mountain of frozen ice petals.
Yep, except...
It was a really cool thing to see, and you could argue Hitsugaya was about to get the dub.
Except...
At that point in time, and then it came the interference, where we find out all of the top three Espada are actually fine. Aizen, Gin, Tosen, Vanda Weisse, and the gigantic weird hollow in the background that we saw in the previous saga, the Society Saga, they just come in there and they just yell, they signify, hey, it's time to actually go all out, it's time to pop off, Arrancar, Espada, do your thing. And we see Haribel come out of that frozen mountain of ice petals, and she's fine.
Yeah. This isn't a good look.
If he wanted to argue at that point in time that he was on the verge of getting the dub against one of the, like, Espada, like, top three, fair. At the same time, though, she's fine. She looks like she's good to go. She's...
Yeah, that doesn't help matters. I won't defend this, but I will say, in Toshiro's defense, like, does anybody like, am I role for Potential Man? Are you constantly hyped up as one of the strongest people in your verse with almost always getting your ass kicked, or you just don't give a fuck? You can put him up there. For me, it's Shuhei. Shuhei got potential, like, oh yeah, he's got Bankai. He's a genius when he went through the academy. He's got all these impressive things. Then he just became Kubo's punching bag. We just get shitted on 24/7. I mean, that's my Potential Man in Bleach, but hey, what do I know?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I just want to cool down a little bit. My water was a little bit too hot. Yeah. A little bit too spicy, a little bit too bubbly for you, right? Yeah, it was boiling, it was scalding. So I appreciate the cool down. She was fine. She was good to go. And they continue to fight even afterwards. And there are no signs of Hitsugaya being able to beat her at that point in time. Hitsugaya has another draw on the card. If he could have actually beaten her prior to, I think he would have, but I don't think he could. And just see her condition after the fact, where she's relatively fine, I can't tell you, yeah, Hitsugaya for sure. No, I can't do it. It's not possible. So now the record shows 1 win, 1 loss, 2 draws.
Here
and
comes.
He gains no other W's later on in the arc.
Yeah,
Why?
Gets
I
ass
showed it
kicked
to you
by
at the
Aizen.
very beginning of the video. Aizen versus the whole posse in the fake Karakura town. And it was...
Bro, if you were not, like, watching this for the first time or reading the manga, Aizen, like, he absolutely no-diffed the captains, the lieutenants, the visors, who are former captains and lieutenants. He absolutely no-diffed them. He just beats their asses. Like, this was just brutal. By the way, the OST playing in the background. Stand up, be strong. Like, that song. Yeah, no, I don't need to talk about Aizen. We glaze him enough as it is, but that was just a beatdown.
Way more brutal for Hitsugaya than it was Shoraku, than it was Soifon, anybody else there. Because he stabbed Hinamori. Ichigo. What the hell are you guys doing? Toshiro. Why? Nande? Oh, come on. Stop. I want to give him 2 L's just because of that. Because in the Soul Society arc, Hinamori, oh my god. In this arc,
Bro. Listen, Momo needs a support group. This girl needs a support group because holy shit, does this girl get abused, like, physically, emotionally, mentally. Like, the girl needs a fucking break. I feel sorry for this girl. Like, to the umpteenth degree, she did not deserve anything.
Ooh, sir, were the one that damaged Hinamori. You stabbed her, bro. You stabbed her right through her whole body. If I was Hinamori, I would be on edge, like a cow with its hair up. He's bad juju for you. The potential man's false potential is seeping into your very soul and giving you bad luck. Stay away, like 40 feet minimum. My God. The fact that he stabbed Hinamori and in a rage dives Aizen.
Again, like, what could he have done? That's Kyoka Suigetsu. That Aizen mugs everybody in Bleach, with the exception of, like, what, a few people. Like, that's just it. Like, Toshiro never stood a chance. If you were watching this for the first time and reading the manga, did you think Toshiro had a chance? No, I didn't. I was like, oh yeah, he's cooked. He doesn't stand a chance in hell. And that scene, when they all thought they stabbed Aizen, but it was really Momo, I was like, when I first watched that scene, I was like, wait, hold on, what's the? I'm like, no cap. They're not winning. They're not winning. This is too easy.
Openings everywhere. Slice. Limbs gone. Like, but again, Kubo puts him in these situations where it's like, damn, son. Damn. It's one thing to say, oh, well, you know, he has X, Y, and Z and can compete with so on. Fair enough. But how does it actualize? How does it play out in the story? Not favorably, bro. There's another character in JJK, I won't say, who has
we know.
I digress. We know
who it is, Megumi. Listen, Megumi, you were the potential man. Megumi is such an ass fighter that people who have his curse technique use it way better than he does. Yuta's granddaughter, Yuko, uses it way better. Like, he's just not, like, I'm sorry, Megumi. In fairness to Megumi, he didn't even want to be a sorcerer. He just did it because his sister was cursed. But yeah, no. Sorry, Megumi. You are potential man.
Once again, another
And same with Ace.
L for Hitsugaya Toshiro.
That's 3.
So now the board stands
0,
at 1 win,
1.
2 L's. It should be 3 because you stabbed Hinamori. So I'm gonna put 2.5 L's on that,
2.5.
and then 2 draws.
Bro, that's
how it's going
brutal,
right now.
man.
That is the record for Hitsugaya for most of the Bleach series.
Except that one.
There's a final arc.
Wait.
I forgot about Loopy. Yeah, in episode like 140, you have Loopy, the new Six Espada, versus Toshiro and the team. But even when he's encased in the, what's called the Seinen Hyodo, those
Doesn't
ice
work.
comms that converge, Loopy's fine. It's the same situation that we see.
Yeah, this doesn't
with
have Toshiro.
Haribel. Loopy encased in ice, actually, I'm good. Haribel encased.
Lupe's not even that tough compared to Grimmjow, because Grimmjow one-shots him. Like, Grimmjow, a real Sixth Espada, one-shots him. So yeah, no. Yeah, that to me is more than anything about Toshiro's like bad. Like, that was just bad. Losing to, not being able to take out Haribel, fine. Getting ass kicked by Aizen, fine. But that shit was like, okay, Toshiro, you might have a problem here. You might legit be an ass.
Ice. Actually, I'm good. So that's another draw. Add another draw to the table. 1 win, 2.5 losses,
2.5.
3 draws. There's a lot of draws. The draws are piling up, and I'm not treating Homeboy like he's Cape Verde in the World Cup. No. He ain't getting that respect there.
He calls
the
him Cape
draws are
Verde.
piling up for a man who is potential man who should be superseding these draws. The more draws, the worse it is. They're not as bad as the L's, but for a man of his genius and status and potential, the draws ain't doing him a service. So now we bunny hop over to the final arc of Bleach, the 1,000-year blood war.
This does not help this
led
case.
by Yuha Bach, baby, my boy, baby. And in this arc, Hitsu.
Wait.
Hold on. Yeah, here we go.
Hold on.
Gotta go back. Just remember, the Fullbringer arc.
Wait, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, Fullbring.
Yeah.
Oh, that counts?
That counts.
Does that count?
It does.
I don't want to count Fullbring arc at all.
It does.
I just kind of like, who do you fight again?
Your life literally
Game Boy.
is as valuable as a summer ant.
Oh, freaking what? Yukio?
You shoot
Oh,
Yukio.
he does subdue him in chapter 460. Whatever. Okay, fine. He gets a dub against.
Yeah, see, you have to count that.
I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like, this guy ain't being Chow on Kufang. Like, I don't even know what. They're upbringing, man. You know, let me be a small sport. 2 wins, 2 losses.
Yeah, it doesn't get better. I can tell you right now, he's gonna lose. He's gonna get drawn to Quincy. He's gonna lose to Basby, and he's gonna tie Kang Dung, and then he's gonna lose to Giselle, and then he's going to tie against Gerard. So yeah, he's got one. I don't think he has any more W's yet. No, he doesn't have any more W's.
Is 3 draws. I digress. I want to move on to the final arc where he has the most fights in the story, and we have number 1. It starts off pretty intense with Basby. We gotta be fair here. Hitsugai was clearly nerfed, but at the same time, he did have Matsumoto at his side to try and take on Basby. I ain't gonna lie to you, it was actually some pretty cool stuff with having Hinako inside the ice to make pockets of vacuum to snuff out the fire attacks of Basby. That was good. I like that. Hitsugaya showcasing his potential. Once again, his potential. But unfortunately for Hitsugaya and Matsumoto, Basby was just too much. And they do take the L there.
Yeah.
They do. In slides in Chengdu. Kangdu. I promise I'm not racist. The Bruce Lee of Bleach. On paper now, you have 2 wins, you have 3 losses, and you have 3 draws. Again, he was going to that fight. Even though he had Matsumoto, he was nerfed. But Kubo is the one that writes this, right? It's not my fault for calling out the record as it is. If you're an injured player and you're going onto the court, yeah, you're injured, but you're still on the field.
He's spitting right there. That's 100% true. Straight rose pie. I don't care if you're hurt. If you're playing, you're fair game. Because if you win the game, you're gonna glaze the shit out of it. So yeah, he's 100% right. I can't argue against that.
You're still on the court. You're playing the game. You playing the game determines if your team wins or loses. In this case here, Soul Society is Hitsugaya's team. He's still on the field. You may say it's unfair, but it is the record. It is the record. So true. Hitsugaya has another loss against Basby. In the second invasion, chapter 554, Chengdu. Again, I promise you, I'm not
Kangdu, man.
But for the remainder of the video, I do call him Chengdu instead of Kangdu. And Hitsugaya scrap. And Chengdu, I would say, takes the L. Even though he winds up being okay.
I thought it'd be a draw.
Because they start to activate their Volstand. How do you say it? The
Volstandish.
The Volstanding thing, okay? I don't know how to say it. I'm not. Ich spreche Deutsch nicht gut, okay? I don't speak German like that. But they activate the Volstandig, and he's actually fine. However, ultimately, Chengdu does like submit to Hashwald, and he does block the attack at first. His execution,
balancing bitch.
But later on, yeah, Hashwald's like, yo, like the scale, dude, like, get crushed. So ultimately speaking, the idea is that Chengdu, he did take the L, even though he survived because of the Volstandig.
I'm surprised he's giving him the W for that fight because technically he gets he finished him off, but then he came back stronger, and then he got taken by Hashwald. So I'm surprised he's giving him the dub. That's pretty nice of you, King.
Or the Volstagg, I guess, right? He did survive. He was ultimately okay, but regardless of that fact, Hashwald takes out Chengdu, and you can say that Hitsugaya just won that fight. I mean, once he got his Bankai back, it was
GG's.
Get crushed. So Chengdu, I don't know why, but like most of Hitsugaya's dubs are against Chinese dudes. It's first Xiaolong Kufang.
Whoa.
China.
Hold on. I'm trying to think. Xiaolong, Kangdong. Gin's not Chinese. We know that. I'm trying to think who else. Yeah. Oh my God. He's right.
Chinese team for sure. Then it's Chengdu, the Bruce Lee of Bleach. It kind of feels like Zoro and black people, you know? Like a low-key thing, like, most of his dubs are against black guys. Why? Most of his guys' dubs are against Chinese dudes. Why?
I mean, if you want to know anything about Zoro, fun fact, he took out Pika during Black History Month. Yeah, that was a thing, people, so have fun with that.
Makes you think. Either way, okay, we have another win for Hitsugaya. That's 3 wins, that's 3 L's, and that's 3 draws. However, just like with Xiaolong Kufang against Chengdu, Hitsugaya is so battle damaged, he wins the fight, but he winds up collapsing around chapter 554. And we literally do not see Hitsugaya or 40 chapters.
Really, that long?
Up until chapter 591.
Oh yeah, this part, I remember.
When he is zombified by Giselle. Giselle was able to sneak up Hitsugaya, who's already like massively wounded, on death's door, and he winds up zombifying Hitsugaya. And Hitsugaya, when he's a zombie, I ain't gonna lie to you. He was kind of cooking. No cap, he was kind of cooking. He was moving.
It took him being a zombie for King to give him credit. All right.
Ruthless, and he was moving effectively. It was kind of impressive for those first few chapters after chapter 591. However, Mairi handles.
I mean, to be fair, he's also Giselle's zombie, and so maybe that gives him a stat boost. I don't know how the zombie. No, I know this. The zombies don't feel any pain, and they can only get really taken out if you drain their blood or something. I forget how. But yeah, with the whole zombie thing, I'm not really like that bothered by the fact that he was a zombie, got turned into a zombie. It just that it was showing, hey, this is Giselle's power, and then this is how we deal with what's his name, how Mayuri dealt with it. And shout out Mayuri, he was the unsung hero because without him, everybody's cooked.
Business. Hitsugaya is doing Bankai and everything, but Mayuri was able to administer a drug to where Hitsugaya kept on looping
Groundhog
over and over and over again until ultimately collapse, and then Suji Jizo, whatever it's called, boom, now you're all balanced. It's time to undo the whole entire zombification. Hitsugaya, guess what that is? Oh,
another L.
Oh, wait, but King of Lightning, you can't listen.
That counts.
I included the freaking Yukio.
That counts. It does.
A full bring fight? A full bring fight. I included that into the. That's canon. Fair enough. So is this.
This is fair.
3 wins. 4 L's. That is the win-loss ratio for Hitsugaya at this point in time in the final saga of the series. 3 wins, 4 losses. Zombie Hitsugaya, he's going all out, Bankai and everything, and blah, 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 but he still gets crushed by Mayuri. Mayuri, he administered the drug, and when that happens, Mayuri's drugs, woo-hoo-hoo, the finest product on the market.
I am never. If I'm in the Bleach universe, I will be dead before I get near Mayuri because that man is a sick fuck. I want no part of him. Seriously, that dude vivisected Uyu's grandfather. And if you know what that is, look it up because holy hell, I ain't getting nowhere.
Walter White activity there. Make no mistake. It is the most sound formula to make the purest product. That's how Mayuri's moving. So I don't blame Hitsugaya taking that hit. I really don't. Hitsugaya, per speaking, I think in a general sense, is not stronger than Mayuri. In a general sense, I think that he is weaker because
see, again, I agree. Again, he's not better than most of the captains. He's just not. You can argue Soifone, you can argue people like Kensei or Rose, but he's not better than Byakuya. He's not better than Kenpachi. He's sure as shit not better than Shunsui or Yamamoto. He's just not. Like, I just don't see, again, this is why I don't think he's a fraud, because if he's hyped up, oh yeah, he's the second strongest, or he's the second strongest Zanpakuto, I'm like, no he doesn't. So, again, my expectations are low. So, maybe that's why.
Mayuri has these tricks, there's these schemes, these plots, these plans, these machinations, at least up until that point in time, because there is one last situation. The fact of the matter, though, is that I'm counting that fight, which is 4 losses. And again, he's piling up draws like nobody's business. And unfortunately,
one more.
That even applies to the very end of the series of Bleach.
The fight
that's coming up real soon in the Bleach anime, which is the battle against Gerard Valkyrie, around chapter 671 in the Bleach manga. Now, it is very likely that Kubo will change things up. Possible.
Please,
yes.
Like
that. But this fight...
That fight in the anime and manga pissed me off because Gerard basically gets taken out by Yuha's Asvalen. That's literally how he dies. Like, just that pissed me off. I'm like, what? He's like the most dangerous Quincy on the field at this point. I'm like, no.
I have my doubts. The reason being is because Gerard Valkyrie versus Hitsugaya and company, unless his powers change fundamentally, which I don't think they will, for the anime, I think that no matter what, it was always going to be, in Hitsugaya and company's case, a draw. A draw. Yeah. And it's a shame, a real big shame, because Hitsugaya for the first time, he lets all the petals disintegrate. And we get to see what he actually can do with all his petals gone. His body ages up, and he's on a whole new strata of power, right? So now we know what happens when his petals are all gone, and he gets actual power up, and it's a big one. So Hitsugaya in terms of a fighter, is now substantially better. At this point in time, you can say he's stronger than Mari. Fair enough, fine. The problem, though,
no, I'd still say Mayuri's stronger.
is that once again, for the win-loss draw ratio,
More,
you
baby.
have Kubo have him fight against God of Valkyrie. This is the last fight for Hitsugaya in Bleach.
Yeah.
It's the last one. It's the last
The
one.
Hell Arc, though, so we'll see.
Kubo, we're gonna have Hitsugaya, the potential boy, a genius beyond belief, right?
Again, I just don't see. Again, my ruling. Let's go down through his whole list, okay? Every fight. The tie against Gin. He would not beat Gin. He would not beat Gin in a straight-up fight. So no. All right. He barely beat. He did beat the Rankar Xiaolong, but that's because he only had a hard time because he was nerfed like 90% of that fight. Lupe fight, I'm not gonna defend that. He was bad in that one. The higher belt fight, I can understand. The Yukio fight, I don't even count that. It barely counts as a fight in my book. And then you have the whole fight, the Stern Ridders. And yeah, he loses twice essentially because to Mayuri and then to Baz B. But yeah, again, Toshiro's not one of the stronger captains. He's just not. Like he's got potential, but again, I just didn't. I didn't really take him serious as like one of the more powerful captains. I'm like Byakuyo's stronger, Kenpachi. Like we know who the heavy hitters are.
Right?
Please.
Woo! My goodness. So this fight with Get Out Valkyrie, it was a group fight against him, sure. Like in the same case against Luffy, a group fight against Luffy. But Hitsugaya, even though he powered up to his strongest state in the series by far, even though he's popping off like nobody's business, Hitsugaya, Byakuya, and company can only get the draw. And ultimately, Get Out Valkyrie is taken out by what? The Ausch Valen.
Yep.
C'est la vie. 3 wins, 4
Losses,
losses,
4 draws.
That is Hitsugaya's record. He should have way less draws. But Kubo writes it in a way to where Hitsugaya is just cooked. And it just is what it is. It just is what it is. And unfortunately for Hitsugaya, he has showcased phenomenal power. And he's outstanding. But Bleach ends. Bleach ends at that point in time. Bleach is over. The next version of Bleach, the Hell Arc stuff in the future, that's for the future. Within Bleach itself, that's it for Hitsugaya.
I mean, it's still the same story, just takes place at a later time. We don't know what he could do in the Hell Arc. Maybe he pops off. Me personally, I don't really care either way what Toshiro does. Like, if you're a Toshiro fan, you're still watching this, let me know what you like about him, all right? I personally don't see the appeal. Like, I don't hate him like King of Lightning does, but I'm just like, yeah, he's there. But, plus, let's be real. I like Rukia's ice powers better. They just look better to me. That's just my opinion.
So, Hitsugaya is overrated as hell. Hitsugaya has value, but the results are not as good as they should be. He's underperforming to a large extent. With only 3 wins, 4 losses, and 4 draws, it's a very poor record. So, Hitsugaya sucks. He is overrated. He is the potential boy of Bleach for a damn good reason, because the record shows. But that's what I think of Hitsugaya. If you enjoy your boy's video content, let me know in the comment section down.
This is one of my favorite guys.
Course,
I love his
members
videos. They're really
get
fun.
access to the video first. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, please do so by clicking on that button. Join the notification squad. And I'm going to catch you guys and gals on the flip side.
All right, final thoughts coming up right here. Okay, still, love the video, love his energy. He's got so much passion, I can't even hate on it. But when it comes to me, and it comes to the Toshiro side of things, I just never really considered him a major player, like in terms of like moving the narrative. I just didn't. Like Ichigo, obviously, Kenpachi, we see what happens with Yamamoto. Like I never really considered him a major player. But hey, let me know what you think of this video. As always, please, I'd appreciate it if you'd smash that like, comment, and subscribe button. All right, turn that notification bell on as well. That's how you get notified about new videos. But until next time, I'm your boy Malik. Deuces, fam.